right, we've even got room for the bra, eh? Hey boys! Go on, go on, go on, go on. You're gonna create the backup here. Hey guys, we've just done what? 20-30 Ks from Vereniging out to Sandtrax. Sasolburg. I must tell you, this place has changed a hell of a lot since the last time I was there. Probably giving my age away. But you got to drive the Mitsubishi. It's the Triton pickup, is that right?
Yeah, the L200, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it, just initial impressions. I know you haven't done huge mileage. James, you were a passenger. Is it spacious? Is it comfortable?
More than enough space inside.
Yeah, but he's a little oak.
My colleague over here is like 2 meters tall and he had plenty of headroom inside.
Okay, nice and spacious.
It's spacious, enough leg room for me as well. It could tilt the steering wheel up and down. Your distance to your steering wheel gives you a nice relaxed elbow movement, so you can turn the steering wheel easily.
Tell me, does it drive like a car, or does it drive like an industrial vehicle?
It drives like a bakkie.
Okay, that's cool.
It's got quite firm suspension because it's designed to carry a lot of weight on the back. We've only got a little lightweight motocross bike, a couple of gazebos on the back, and we two little light oaks.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit bouncy, a little bit firm, but that's what you expect from any bakkie.
100%. So it feels Africa tough, is what you're saying?
100%.
It feels tougher than Africa tough, actually. We were just saying it is. We kept on losing you guys on the freeway, and I thought, why are you guys going so slow? And I looked down at the speedo, and this bakkie is so quiet and so smooth that I thought we were doing 50 or 60 kilometers an hour. We were actually sitting about 100 kilometers an hour. There's a little bit of wind noise by my ear and by James' ear, and etc. But you were playing around with charging your gimbal and stuff like that. It's got charging ports and all sorts of things.
Okay, cool. So it's got all the creature comfort you'd expect from a modern bakkie.
It's utilitarian.
Exactly, and plenty of power, Sean.
Plenty power. I was playing a little bit and we got into the sand. I put my foot down in second gear and it lit up his back wheels.
Oh, are the donut marks yours? Okay.
No,
don't tell Pierre and the guys.
But the other thing I need to mention is for an entry-level utilitarian bakkie, it's got electric windows. It's got an aircon that works too well in winter and probably very well in summer.
Yeah.
And it's also got a remote release for the fuel cap. We had to put in a bit of fuel. The backie's only got 140 kilometers on it.
Yeah.
And it's got, for utilitarian bakkie, it's got a couple of nice little extras on the inside. It's vinyl seats, which are nice and easy to clean. They might be a little bit muggy and sweaty and sticky in summer. Don't wear shorts because you probably burn the back of your legs.
Yeah.
Vinyl, that's what we're going to do. But other than that, it's got manual mirrors. It doesn't have electric mirrors. So if you've got a passenger, it's easy to say, hey, switch that one. That's what we did when I got in.
It is an entry level.
It is an entry level bakkie. So
does it come with a car radio standard?
No.
Okay, so you're going to fit a car radio to it, but it's probably got the speakers and things all ready
and
to go.
And also these sexy mags on here are aftermarket.
Yeah, no, very cool. I think they've done the mags and then they fitted a tow bar.
Yeah.
And from what you say, plenty of power to tow. Shall we go riding?
First of all, let me tell you, it's nice and high.
Nice and high. Good ground clearance.
You get to see over everybody. It's 200 mils ground clearance.
Oh, there we go.
Insane ground
clearance. Oh, that's cool.
Try to get this berm a bit better.
James, you came in after a couple of laps. Bike was set up stock. Sandtrax, obviously very sandy. I don't know if you guys have ridden here before, but man, riding sand at speed is quite tricky. You came into the pits, you set your suspension up. Tell us what you did.
100%. So basically a stock bike on Sandtrax, especially on a day like this where there's no water and stuff, it's super slippery, and stock suspension is just a bit too stiff, so we had to adjust some of the rebound clickers, and I went a little bit softer on the front forks just to get that plush feeling as you're coming into the corner, because you want to try and put the traction down as best as possible, especially in conditions like this. So we went a little bit softer on the front, on the compression, one click on the rear, and then we just sped up the rebound a little bit just to get the wheel back down onto the ground as quick as possible.
And you can feel it literally took you 5 minutes. Everything's tool free now, hey?
Everything.
That's the beauty of modern technology.
That's
like that. You
clickers
just
are
fingers, gloves off, and away you go. Tell me the difference you can feel now after just a little bit of setup work.
So big difference I can feel now, especially going into the corners. Like I said to you, you know, when we come into the corner, coming in hot, especially on days like this where the track's super slippery, it feels so much better because now you can actually put the traction down when you need it, and with the rebound a little bit faster, we're getting that wheel to touch down on the ground.
Oh yes.
Your opinion, some of the standout features on the 23 Honda 450?
Okay, my biggest thing is the suspension. The suspension out the box is incredible. Honda's always had good suspension. Showa, you can't really beat it. They've done some upgrades to the new suspension this year. So basically, one click is equal to 4 clicks on the KYBs. So it's a lot more sensitive, which actually for a rider like me and just the standard guy out there that wants to jump on the bike and fiddle around with these clickers,
makes it simple,
and you can actually feel the difference straight away. The other really cool thing is the mapping switch. There's 3 different maps, okay, and there's 3 different traction controls for each map. So that was a really cool thing. You know, coming from a whole bunch of other bikes and European bikes, you have 2 maps and 1 traction control. I know that there's a traction control for map 1, but it's basically the same thing. This one is 3 different traction controls that you can set individually.
Okay.
Very,
and
very
the
cool.
feel of the bike, what you were saying earlier was, of all of them, this is probably the narrowest one on the market.
This is the narrowest one on the market. It's, yeah, for me, I prefer nice and narrow bikes, especially when it comes to like standing up. I like to grip the bike with my knees quite a bit. I like to keep my feet on the peg, so it really is a good thing for me. I really like it.
Because we feel the same. Kyle and I do more enduro-y type stuff.
Yeah.
And of all the enduro bikes, to us, the X feels the smallest of the lot. And that's a
Absolutely.
big bonus. And that little power button, it makes the world of difference.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I totally agree with you. Look, today we're riding in map 2. I found it was the most linear power delivery for the sand that we're riding in today. I fiddled around a little bit of the traction control, but I'm an old school guy. I like to ride without traction control.
I'm going to ask you one more question, then we can close off. I know you're itching to go and ride. Compare the old 450s to the new ones and the way that they've managed to control the power.
Oh, night and day. I mean, the old 450s, they're really, really strong. They're incredibly strong. The new 450s that are coming out these days, they've got so many different things, like the technology they bring out with the different maps and stuff, so it gives your average rider that confidence and key like rideability that I can get on the bike and just really enjoy it.
So it's got the same power, but it's a lot more manageable.
It's a lot more manageable.
And as
That's
a
it.
result, you end up going quicker.
100%.
Cool. Enjoy.
Thank you.
James,
Glenn.
you said you'd take the day off because you were going to go training today. But you said, no, you'll come and help us out with this test.
Yeah.
How did that work out for you?
Well, let's just say that I don't need to go train anymore. Yeah, look, yes, Sandtrax, last time I rode it was about 4 years ago, and I realized that I need to come and ride sand a little bit more because I got you thinking that I was fast, but this track tamed me down a little bit.
So tell us what tracks compare to this in the country. I know you've just come. Your last race was down at the coast.
Yeah.
That was at the Weathered track.
At Weathered, yeah.
Also lots of sand. And North versus South is coming up.
Yeah.
And how does that compare to a track like this?
Okay, so let me put it in perspective. This is like riding in Cape Town in like Zone 7.
Yeah.
All right, this is what it's like. And on a day like this, when it's not watered, it's like riding in baby powder. All I can tell you is the best training for motocross that you can do is come and ride Sandtrax like this.
So there we go. So this is Sandtrax. It's out near Sasolburg. We'll put the details up at the bottom of this. And if you have a loose end, get in touch with Dion. He let us come in. We phoned him. We said, hey man, your gate's locked. He says, no, there's a secret stash for the key. Just lock it when you leave. Give them a shout. To Sandtrax, a big thank you. You buy this bike out the box, what would you do on it?
The only thing I would do is maybe put a slip-on on because I like it to bark,
Yeah.
but not necessary. And then a couple of suspension clickers.
That's it. Power,
it.
everything up to scratch.
100%. This thing's strong, eh? It's really, really strong.
Okay, we have to mention the Triton lurking in the background. Young Carl thought he could come and do a lap on the motocross track. We told him it was a bad idea. That is Mitsubishi's workhorse.
Yeah. Look, we drove it from the dealership here, and yeah, I was impressed. Actually, my other day job is I do lots of vehicle launches and professional driving. So when I got in the back here, I was like, let's see how it goes, and it actually was not too bad. I actually really enjoyed it.
Oh, there we go. So that's it. You can come through to Vol, Mitsubishi, Vol. What other dealerships do they have? And you can buy literally anything you want from them. Nice bunch of people, finance facilities, the whole works. And
Yeah.
Thanks to Pierre and the gang for allowing us to use your stuff.
Cheers.